Welcome back to the final part of the 2015 Smark Out Moment Awards. This is where we start getting deep into what we did this year, because we already made fun of the stuff WWE did and praised the things WWE did, but we need to start going into our shit. And this is something that obviously we couldn't just pick on our own. We made sure that we got you guys to vote on what you liked and what you didn't like for all the different categories that we're going to do here. A lot less categories here, so again, of course, it's not going to be as long as that. And we're not going to break down every single one of your votes 100% because that would take forever. But all the votes are in from when we are doing this. We're going to have more people voting later on, and I might leave a comment below or something like that to tell you if anything changes. But let's start getting into this with the best and the worst Did You Know of the year. And as it breaks down right now, the best ended up going to episode number 170. That was The Ultimate Wyatt-or. The real reason Bray Wyatt vomited after Monday Night Raw was a curse from Papa Shango. Then again, seeing that many promos from Wyatt in the same night should have made anyone in the audience ill, and the source for that one is Sixter Abigail. That ended up not getting... There was a wide, dispersion of the votes for this one. Not anything was, above and beyond everything. The most that I got was with 16% of the vote. Only it bounced out to 8 for the positives and -2 for being the worst, and that's how I figured these out. I took 2 points away for that, do it that way. Very close to that was episode number 176 that went to Money in the Blank. I had this Did You Know in the bag, and it was going to be a good one, even if some of you didn't like it, but in the middle of writing it, Seth Rollins cashed in and stole it. Source for that one was A Detour Around Suplex City, and then we had a bunch that were tied for the number 3 spot. Episode 179, Kick to the Curb. Episode 182, No Change Equals No Money. Episode 198, the one about how Wago pulls a Wago. And episode 199, which was one of my favorite of the year, that was the Take the Sting / Garbage Out. Don't worry about the statue of Seth Rollins after it went into the garbage truck. It'll just come back even bigger in the sequel as Super Statue, played by Kevin Trash. And the source for that one, I'd prefer to watch Secret of the Usos. The worst Did You Know of the year went to episode number 169, The Zara Desertion. After posting the nude pictures on Twitter, Layla Schultz kicked Seth Rollins out of their place. He is now fulfilling the prophecy of being homeless, although instead of a cat, he is totally a dog. And the source for that one was a small package joke for Seth Smallins.
I voted that one.
As the worst?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's worst.
It's not a great man. Secondary one for the worst was episode number 175, Burger King of the Ring. Chicken fries were brought back from an online response with fans using their voices on social media. Hashtag Give Divas a Chance doesn't seem to work, but hashtag Give Chicken Fries a Chance does. And the source of that one was Tyson Chicken Kid. What were some of your favorite and least favorite outros? Outros, we'll do that next. Did you knows of the year? Anybody want to chime in on that?
I like whatever one I wrote.
I can't remember which one that was.
Yeah, but I like it.
The source was Wago wrote this one. It was Give Divas a Chance is not the only movement going on in WWE right now. Every time Sheamus is on WWE, the fans move out of their seats and go to the bathroom.
Yeah, fuck Sheamus. I like it even better now that I heard it.
I like episode 193. Dear Hulk Hogan, Booker T is definitely coming for you now.
That's one of my favorite ones.
That's a good one.
I feel strong about right and wrong. And the source is fight for the rights of every man. Two of my other favorite ones. Yeah, two of my other favorite ones that I had, I gave my 3 votes to. That one that Paden had just said, as well as episode 181, Bringing the Book to You. JTG is releasing a book titled Damn, Why Did I Write This Book? And the reviews will probably be titled Damn, Why Did I Read This Book?
That was a good one.
And I like the Take the Sting, Kevin Trash went out. Another one that I almost gave my 3rd vote to was episode 166, Royal Rosebud. Adam Rose has the best chances of winning the Royal Rumble than anyone else. No matter what, the guy just can't get over. So how will he be eliminated? What are some other ones that you guys liked? Or if we want to transition into the worst.
I liked a more recent one, 213, NXT to nothing left. Considering the amount of injuries happening lately, WWE's decided that NXT's next event will be titled NXT TakeOver Main Roster, source waiting in the hospital wings. It's funny because it's true and also very sad.
Drew, you got anything you want to chime in on?
Chicken fries. Some thumbs up in my book.
Thanks, Drew.
Shaun, any stand out to you? I'm going to take that as a no. Worst, the two that I voted for the worst, I didn't vote 3 because I didn't find 3 that I really hated that stood out. 2 of them, though, I knew that I had put 0 effort into, and I wrote that as soon as I wrote them, I was just like, these are 2 of the worst. One was Blaze's Hall of Flame. According to ancient lore from WWE mythology, if you look at Medusa in her eyes, you turn into Stone Cold. That was at least until she was beheaded by Showtime Perseus Watson. And the source for that one was literally, you're all going to hate this one.
Yeah, I voted for that one as one of them.
Yeah, that was one of the worst. When I did that one, I was like, this is kind of funny that it's a pun, but it's not really funny. So, the other one that I voted for worst was episode 204, Hill Rod. In WWE, Seth Rollins is currently dealing with Demon Cain's Hellfire and Brimstone, and in politics, Hillary Clinton is feeling the burn. Coincidence? Source with that was, I think Sanders has a shot, guys. I don't remember what even spawned that one, so that's why I didn't really like it all that much. What are some of your least favorite ones of this year? Anybody want to chime in on that?
The Pukester one wasn't that good.
Pukester?
That's the one that won, right? Was that the
Wyatt and
Look at Drew. Look at he's all cuddled up like he should have his
He's gonna go to sleep. You try it, Drew.
I hate you guys.
Oh, he's all tuckered out.
Aww.
I'm not.
If we see a little bear, like,
Oh,
That's okay. We're almost home, champ.
Please fall asleep. This will be the best video outro ever.
Tony,
Upload the segment.
can we please end this show yet? I'm so
Anybody
sorry.
else have any worse that they had for the Did You Knows?
Yeah, episode 205. Some alternate pitches to Hell in a Cell were fucking a truck, bitch in a ditch, damn in a jam, and shit in a pit.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah.
Can we?
I'm gonna be quite honest with you, Tony. I don't read these fucking things. I don't get a kick out of them, so that's why I don't have an opinion.
Tony, can we just skip the
Honestly,
outros?
this
Because
is
you're gonna make fun of me, and I'm gonna be really sad.
Oh, no, we definitely can't skip that. Anybody else have any worse Did You Knows?
I wasn't a fan of the number 203. Both Bayley and Sasha Banks were up for the role of Tony Stark in Marvel's 2008 motion picture Iron Man before being beaten out by Robert Downey Jr. Source, the truth is, they're not Iron Man. I personally was hoping for a Black Sabbath reference instead.
Oh, that was the outro that week.
Okay. Well, it should have been the it should have been the other one too. The Did You
Somebody
Know?
that doesn't watch our content.
I don't pay attention to this show. You expect me to watch
Yeah,
this?
Wago.
Come on. Jesus.
Hey, at least I'm upfront about it.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, let's move on to the outros.
Should I just take my headset off now and let me know when we get to like the
Not at all.
jokes?
All right,
worst-
no, let him do it because maybe he'll fall asleep.
The worst
I'm not going
outro
to,
of
asshole.
the year went to Miguel Leon. Episode number 182, Demoutro-lition, the second Demoutro-lition of the year.
That one was pretty bad.
That got worse.
That turned out to get, as I said before, the way that I calculated these was I took whatever they got for the best and I took whatever they got for the worst. I subtracted what they got for the worst, and that's how it balanced out. So if somebody got, 5 votes for best, 1 vote for worst, they ended up coming out with 4 votes for best.
Yeah, I can do math.
Yeah. Excel works.
Explain it again, please. I'm not
All
understanding.
right, so if you haven't caught on the math,
Shut up.
so Miguel's was 0 votes for
Forwards.
the worst, 0 votes for the best, and 12 votes for the worst.
Christ!
That actually got tied with one of Drew's for just the flat out number of the worst votes.
Wow.
But Drew's, surprisingly, the one that also had 12 votes for the worst was the game Triple H won, but that had, for some fucking reason, 15 votes for the best.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what happens when you vote for yourself.
Listen.
That was
Hey,
supposed to be me.
The outro was terrible.
Listen, I did not vote on any of this because
No,
I'm
your
trying not to
13
vote.
other accounts did.
No, I didn't vote. I don't care enough to, unlike everyone else here. I'm just happy that I didn't fucking win worst outro hands. And the,
Despite
Hey, yeah, he only cares if you take his fantasy league team away.
exactly. So, and that hasn't happened yet.
So
And listen,
despite Drew getting the equal amount of votes for the worst as the one that ended up being the worst, that actually ended up being the 5th highest ranked outro of the year. I don't know
Tony.
what the fuck you guys
Tony,
were thinking.
look at me. RVD. Shrug.
But yeah, Miguel's was the worst. My Les Mis one was the second worst, which I could kind of see that because people are like, "What the fuck is this? And why is it
Tony,
going
that
on
was like
so long?"
17 fucking minutes long.
Yeah, I know. I just couldn't resist. Why not?
Yeah, I think I
another-
skipped past that when I re-listened.
Yeah.
Another one of the ones that was voted, it was the third worst, was Calen Sasha Banks.
That wasn't bad.
But see, even with that one, that was tied with the ladders, chairs, and tables. They both had a cumulative score of -6. Miguel's was -12. So the second worst outros of the year were half as much as what the Miguel ones were. Some other ones that didn't score that well. Calen's Star Spangled Outro. I liked that one. I don't know.
I liked it too.
Drew's Shitty Hymn of the Republic.
That should have been worst.
No,
Well,
they're
second
pretty good.
worst.
You
And
guys
I
are
don't know
assholes.
why-
They're pretty good.
I don't know why Calen was getting such a shit score when it comes to this, but another one of his was Rise from the WrestleMania one. Like,
I like
Right,
Calen.
this is a
Well,
good
you know,
one.
I have a really beautiful singing voice, so I take this personally.
Maybe people just hate Caleb.
That could
what
be.
surprises me
I'm
about
the new
this,
guy. They're like,
Nope.
I want to vote for that Brian
I
guy.
will say-
Where's this Caleb?
No, I will say Miguel's outro was bad, but it wasn't that bad. I think that was the only one he did this year, and he did way worse ones last year. So I don't know.
he
People just
calls
vote for him
Calen
because it's just
Brian in
Miguel.
it.
You know what's surprising me? I expected unenthusiastic Jeff Hardy to be like one of the most hated ones.
That
I was
was
surprised God Save the
I
King
voted-
wasn't on the list.
I voted that for one of my best.
yeah.
If it makes you
That was
feel bad,
actually
I didn't
good.
like it. I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
still good. If it makes you feel bad too, that's good.
Well,
That
Caleb probably hates it
actually-
because it didn't get voted for bad.
That cracked the top 10 for the best.
Which
Shut
one?
up.
The unenthusiastic Jeff Hardy.
Wow.
All right.
That's tied with one of the other ones that was tied with that one was Drew Snoring. That's tied for number 10.
I wait till I like it too.
Smash Mouth to Feed Me More, the Ryback All-Star one was another one that was tied. There was a lot that tied as cumulative 2 votes.
Oh, no,
And I don't get this one at all. I really don't. I don't agree with you guys on this one the slightest bit. But one of the ones that was tied with those was the no Finn Balor theme. I voted that as one of my least favorite ones. That was one of the
Yeah, it
ones where
was dumb as fuck.
it was dumb as shit. And
Not afraid to admit it either.
oh no, not at all. It was
Yeah, that was one of our club out evenings where we're like, oh, this can end our night quickly.
yeah, we couldn't.
How many
take
times
that.
have we done vacant this year? Let's just do this one.
Just one this year.
Yeah.
That was in the middle. Another one that was towards the bottom was Wiz Khalifa inspired freestyling, which okay, yeah, it makes sense.
What, but that was in the top 10?
No, in the bottom.
Oh, okay.
But
Lucky
another one that I don't know why people would have hated it was Shango Unchained.
Oh,
That was great.
I think people just didn't get our Shango jokes.
It's just weird to me that Shango Unchained had less votes than Happy Birthday.
Is that the one where I go over at the end? What's up, Papa Shango?
Yeah,
Happy
Yeah,
birthday
I think
one?
so.
No.
So-
Going down the list of some of the best though.
Yeah, can you do a top 10?
Yeah, do it from the worst. Do it from like the least best to the best.
Well, that'd
All
take forever.
Well, the top 10 when we go with that the ones that were tied with a number 2 vote kind of a thing was the Smash Mouth to Feed Me More, the Ryback one, the Drew Snoring, Iron Man, Outro Man, Suplex City. Or no, they only got 1 vote out of there. That's just underneath there.
Ooh.
An enthusiastic Jeff Hardy's theme, no Finn Balor theme, Outro Graph.
What?
What?
Drew, you
That
got a positive.
got 2 votes out of that.
Hey, you
Okay.
know,
Sure, why not?
it was pretty bad, but thanks, guys.
Bet you're glad for keeping your headphones on now.
Yeah, it's what's. Wait till we talk about it individually. You guys will just
Wait till we talk about it individually.
Jesus Christ.
The number 8, or I guess technically because these all 3 are all tied together, these would all be tied for number 5, are Otunga's Family.
Oh.
Thank fuck for that. I was so pissed off with that one. You have no idea. I wrote 600 million verses to that. You
Yeah,
fucking
And they
bastard.
were terrible.
None of them about Otunga having dead family.
No, they were just garbage. Actually, Otunga's Family was one of my 3 votes for the best. I thought that was
I
one of
voted
the
that
best
one of
ones.
my worst.
Also tied with the 3 positive votes was another one that I gave one of my 3 votes for the best, which was All Sonic Shaked Up.
Oh, what the fuck? That should be.
I gave that one of my
too.
I thought that was fantastic. That actually ended up having 3 votes for. It was like 3 and 0 votes for the worst, so that was good. Tied also with that, and I don't get this at all. You probably did this yourself, but Cotton Eyed Samoa Joe by Shaun.
What?
What?
The one where he's like, if that had been for Samoa Joe, whatever like that, already done.
No, I remember. I just
I like that one.
confused.
I liked Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe was good.
Oh yeah.
So tied with that was the game Triple H that Drew did, which was terrible. but not your worst, Drew. Not your worst. That's
you.
That's got to be what was the ones that I voted? The ones that I had voted for the worst. I voted for my worst, by the way, were my own The Give Outros a Chance one. That was just garbage. Miguel's Dem Outrolition and the game Triple H. But it could have been a whole slew of Hall of Fame one was really bad and whatever.
Ric Flair.
That one was mine as well, and
Surprised that this is here as the number 4, and I'm so happy that it got up this high. Cesaro, Swiss made outro.
yeah.
I'm shocked.
I
That
rang
was
a bell and coughed during that whole thing.
just garbage, but I was so happy that got up there because it deserves to be. I mean, that thing was hilarious.
I'm happy people got it. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
they
it's
just like
thinking
hear
it's
it and think it was a
much
bunch of bullshit. Or maybe they do and they just liked it.
Maybe. Number 3 is something that Paden should be proud of because this is actually one of my favorites as well. All About the Outro. David Otunga at the beginning
That
of the year.
didn't win.
No, that was number 3.
That was my favorite
Wow.
one this year. I love
Yeah,
that one.
That was a good one.
I don't know why this is number 2, but some outro Joe
What?
from Drew.
Congrats.
The end result was 11 votes for that one.
Jesus Christ.
What
But
is
that-
going
to be
on,
fair-
people?
To be fair, there are some funny lines in that. The whole like Samoa Joe,
Is fat.
big badass.
Badass.
So that was probably my favorite of Drew's. And the number 1 with 16 votes, 16 positive, 0 negative, Fantasy League.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
yes.
If it was anything else but that or all shook up, I would have been pissed.
I
Agreed.
mean,
I gotta
that
know
was
though.
one that I gave my favorite to. That, All Sonic Shaked Up, and Otunga's Family were the 3 that I voted for.
How many worst did Bulbasaur and Kevin Owens get?
All right, let's see here. Bulbasaur and Kevin Owens. I think it's down towards the bottom somewhere. It has to be.
Because that was fucking abysmal.
All right, that got 0 for best and 1 for worst.
Wow, not as bad as I thought.
Yeah, that's tied with God Save King Barrett, Coming to Outro, the Boogeyman one, which was
That one's awesome.
and Cat Dog theme.
Ah.
Oh, and
That
I'm
was-
a little outro. All tied together.
The cat dog one's one of our funniest moments, though. Just trying to piss each other off.
Some of the ones that bounced out for 0 in the end, just same votes one way or the other. Seth Rollins is the champion that Shaun had done. Give outros a chance. I thought that was terrible, guys. I don't know why nobody even voted for that as the
Maybe
worst.
people forgot about it.
Maybe. The Green Outro. I like the Green Arrow one. I thought that was kind of funny. Vacant's theme reprise, of course. Also bounced out for 0 in the end. Inagata de Evas. I like that one a lot.
I like that one.
Rosa was good too. That was another one that got 0. And I love it. I could see that kind of bouncing out.
Yeah. Really bad.
Batshit Crazy Symphony from Paden.
I would have thought that would have gotten more worse.
Maybe. And I really think this should have been on the positive side, was Great Khali. Because that one was fun.
Yeah, that was good.
I don't think there was any real surprises here all that much, other than maybe Drew's high ranking for some outro Joe. But yeah, or actually no, another thing was how high unenthusiastic Jeff Hardy's theme was, because it's just.
Well, I voted for that as one of the best. I thought that was hilarious.
It's hilarious too. I didn't expect other people to vote for it, but
I guess other people saw the humor.
maybe, or maybe they're just at the very end. How it's just, I'm gonna do some drugs.
That's my favorite part of it too.
Does anybody else have anything they want to throw out there for the outros? Best or
Nah.
worst?
Let's see. My worst I had was also Sprague Zarathustra when he did Ric Flair's theme. I was one of the many people who voted for the Dem Outrolition by Miguel and Shitty Him of the Republic.
He calls him Brian. It's
He
like
calls him Brian.
Well, I thought that's what saved it.
I felt
my
so
Paden,
I actually felt bad for Calen because he was like new to the podcast group, and it's like, thanks Miguel. We need to learn the fucking name.
And how many times has he been back since?
I love the rationalization afterward. He's like, wasn't that his name, Brian?
Now that you say it in a high-pitched voice, yes, his name is Brian.
I'm pretty sure his name is Brian.
I think Brian's got a shot.
I just want to say also that one that was a lot of fun that we all collaborated on as well, kind of like Cesaro's theme, was Jimmy John's.
Yeah.
Jimmy John's. The outros have gotten to a new level this year, and I think 2016, you're going to see some next level stuff that we've already been brewing up in our heads.
Or
I think
just as going, or it's just going, you know what? Fuck it.
Yep, fuck it.
I think
I agree.
2016 is going to be a year where either the outros are so fucking absurd that they're hilarious and the best part of every episode, or they're so fucking absurd that everybody stops watching SmackDown.
Oh, we would be very remiss if we did not give a shout out to our first ever guest outro with
Yes.
Awesome Piano Man.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
man,
me
towards
up
the
there
end.
now.
Oh, actually, that's not true. We did have a guest outro before. Remember we had that voicemail?
Oh yeah, from Brad.
But no, what was the
That was unintentional.
the Awesome Piano Man one?
But
That
that,
was
was a
We Are
great
the World.
submission. That was a great submission, Awesome Piano Man.
Yeah, we are the world, but we are the outro, and it's so Tom Cal me.
So Awesome Piano Man's like still leading best fan right now.
Well,
If we
it
were to have a
wasn't.
best fan, Awesome Piano Man would definitely be in the running for that one. Which actually, you guys have kind of mentioned that you might be interested in that. I don't know how we would ever be able to keep track of that and stuff like that. But if you really think that we should have that kind of thing, leave it in the comments below. We'll see what we can do for the next year. Because now's the time for me to start prepping stuff and whatever. We need to figure that out as soon as we can.
Well, if you're doing an honorary one, I give it to Awesome Piano Man with Silent Wind of Doom as a close second.
We got a lot of great fans, so I'd have to give shout-outs to a lot of
Well,
them.
if it's going to be a beauty contest, can we announce Silent Wind of Doom as the winner? But then be like, oh no, we announced the wrong winner, and then give it to Awesome Piano Man.
By the way,
Silent Wind that donated the most money, so I think he wins automatically.
Awesome,
Oh,
awesome
yeah,
Piano
that's a good
Man.
point.
For his outro, he is in the positives. He's got +1. Tied
Ah,
with
thank
a lot
God.
of things.
Thank God.
So good. He deserves to have a positive score for that one. Anybody else for the outros, or do you guys want to move on?
Did we already mention the Nia Jax one?
No, that one. Where was that one? Nia Jax.
208.
I voted
That
for
ended
it.
up being a +1.
Okay.
That was my vote.
Well,
that was
it
one
got,
of my positive votes.
It got two +1s and one -1. So
Happy days.
it's a mean
I
one.
voted
Come
that and Fantasy League for my favorites, and I voted for King Barrett.
You know,
No
Fantasy
popular
League.
one I did.
Fantasy League was one of those times where we couldn't think of shit to do. And if you guys remember, we were doing that, like, we were just kind of bullshitting for like a good solid hour afterward. And I started writing that while everybody was like kind of goofing off, and I was just like, I want to fucking do something. And that ended up being top one. I'm very proud of that one too. I'm actually.
Well,
really
somebody
proud.
just randomly said it in that to the tune of that during one of
Well,
our talks. Was it you, Wago? Who was
Yeah,
it?
it was me after Tony. Like, somebody had said it kind of awkwardly, and I'm like, Fantasy League. And I thought my mic was actually muted at the time. I didn't actually tell you guys this. But then all of you guys started doing it. I'm like, yeah, Fantasy League. Let's do that.
Yeah, I mentioned you
I think
that.
it was Paden when he introduced like, oh, this week's Fantasy League or something like.
WWEFantasyLeague.com.
All right, so let's move on to the best and the worst segment of the year, and there were only a couple new things that were this year. I'll break that down a little bit later on, but as the voting went down, the worst segment of the year, and I'm not surprised at all with this one, that is the Rest Hold commercial breakdown, and I was getting a little bit worried here that Belt or Berry would end up winning, because that actually got the second most amount of votes. -10 for Belt or Berry. You guys really don't like Belt or Berry?
That was one of my
I like
votes.
it.
Yeah, I voted for that too, man.
I voted for that as well.
There's two that I voted for specifically: Belt or Berry.
Tony looks so hurt. He's like, you guys don't like
And
Belt or Berry.
if you didn't know it was coming, finisher versus finisher.
Right.
That's
See,
my vote as well.
Belt or Berry to me was a pretty simple kind of thing and stuff like that, and it didn't get anywhere near as many votes last year. So I guess maybe we weren't that entertaining with Belt or Berry this year. But I'll try to figure out a way to make it more entertaining. And if people really, really are just not a fan of it, then maybe it'll just go away.
I like that part, the go away part.
Well, if Belt or Berry goes away, then finisher versus finisher had less votes. We're gonna do more finisher versus finisher.
I just won't be here for those episodes.
But obviously, the rest hold is the worst of the year, and I don't blame you guys because that is the most kind of annoying thing. But I actually will say one thing though, in defense of the rest hold. I think it is not the worst of the year. I think it is outside interference because that is just literally me saying go check out another thing. So for the people that don't check out the rest hold, it's a little bit of a pain in the ass. I know it's commercial stuff and whatever like that, but you also get to see who gets the comment of the week. You also get to see the did you know if you're into that kind of thing. So,
and if you don't check it out, we're just going to shove it in all the other segments and make you deal with it that way.
Right. There were people that wanted it to be pushed into other things, like to do maybe parts of the rest hold in the Ask Him or something like that. I think that if we started doing that like we did before, people would get a little bit annoyed that it was kind of in that way. So this at least gives you an option where you can skip it. I would prefer that you didn't, so I don't lose out on money like that. But of course, to each his own. And I don't blame the people that voted for it as the worst and stuff. I totally get it. But I was really surprised about one vote here, and not so much Belt or Berry as much as that there were the third amount of votes for the least interviews with the fans at the Royal Rumble. I don't quite get that.
Probably because it just sucked.
Well, I mean, the people that I interviewed weren't.
Jesus.
It's a pretty blunt reason why it would.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of like talking to people.
I understand that you did, but I bet from a viewer's perspective, it probably wasn't anything.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm not going to say it's your fault, Tony. I'm just saying maybe some of the people you had on there was probably the reason why.
Tell me in the comments below if the reason why it sucked is because I suck at doing the interviews.
Wait. Did Drew mean because the Royal Rumble sucked, or did he mean because the segment sucked?
I thought he meant because the segment sucked.
That's what I thought.
I don't know. I just meant like some of the people we might have had interviewed probably sucked. So
I'm just stretch for some of the people.
I'm actually crying.
One thing that made me happy to see was not that, but outside of that got more votes than the Belt or Berry. The second most amount of votes for the worst of the year was I don't want to vote for another band thing, so that was good. And the opt out of another vote thing was the fourth one. So actually, 2 of the top 5 worst of the year were that I don't have another thing to vote for. So that's really good. That's a good testament of us having some good content here. Outside of rest hold and apparently interviews. The top 5, I'll say, for the best segments of the year, we had a tie for the number 5 spot between Top Rope List, Pay-Per-View Reviews, and the Outro. And the number 4 was the 2014 Smarkies, so it kind of goes into this year. The number 3 vote was the Fantasy League. I'm actually quite surprised about that one. I thought the Fantasy League wasn't going to get anywhere near that high because there's not much for you guys to interact with, sort of.
Wasn't the Fantasy League kind of high last year as well?
I don't remember.
I recall just you guys at least being surprised that it was a certain place
Maybe.
on the pedestal.
I guess you could say it's the A segment.
Yeah, I guess so.
And honestly, if you guys wanted to interact more, tell us if one of our picks was stupid. Tell us who you guys would pick up.
Right. Try to give us some
Sometimes-
suggestions about what we should do,
There are times where we have shitty people on our team and we're not sure who to drop and take a chance on. So go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Number 2 was the hot tags. Not really too surprised on that one. And number 1 was Superstar Scores. So we're going to do some more Superstar Scores in the future. If you guys want it.
Oh, that's more prep and work for Shaun.
I like
No.
Superstar Scores. It's my favorite.
Buff Bagwell. Superstar scores Buff Bagwell.
He's been pushing for this for a while now, Tony.
Campaign
He wants it.
in the comments. Tell him how much you want us to do Superstar scores Buff Bagwell.
It could be a doubleheader, like where we do something serious and then we do Buff Bagwell as
Oh
well.
yeah, let's do Adolf Hitler. He's always great.
We do really need to do Adolf Hitler on the old talk show.
Some reason we ended up giving him a higher score than I thought we would.
Even being score, Adolf Hitler.
I'm going to throw out some of my best right now. My 3 votes were the awards, the pay-per-view reviews, and the mailbag. I love doing the mailbag. My worst were the outside interference and rest hold because they're the worst.
And then was it the non-applicable one, Tony?
And then what?
The non-applicable third choice?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't dislike any of those.
Oh.
For my best, I had the hot tags because I like doing the hot tags. The mailbag.
Good rationality. The one I like the best, the one I like the best.
Yeah. Didn't like the Royal Rumble interviews. They sucked.
God damn it. I'm sorry, Tony. I'm sorry. I didn't make it so negative.
That's what we got the poll up for.
Well, you know what? Listen, if you go to another live event, just do it again and see what the reaction is the second time around.
We did it for TLC. I don't remember.
I like the TLC one, but I think
just the Royal Rumble one specifically sucked.
A lot of negativity on the Royal Rumble one. Everybody was just like, I don't want Roman Reigns to win. Fuck
I
him.
feel like some guy got really ghetto on you at the TLC one as well.
Where did the pay-per-view predictions fall on that list? Because I like that one.
Those were, let's see, they're about in the middle. They had 3 positive votes.
Okay.
I do like the Royal Rumble prediction ones, just because it's we always had a contest as well for the fantasy league. So
I like the contest. I don't like the fucking airtime doing it. It's like a long ass list we have to go through.
Oh god, that takes forever.
yeah,
We have
exactly.
to, like,
It takes like 4 minutes to say your spot, and then you could just do whatever you want for the rest of it.
What I think we might do this year, of course, leave a comment below if you're like, no, fucking do it anyway. It's too much of a pain in the ass to run. No. It's too much of a pain in the ass to run through all our 1 to 30, so I think I'm just going to put them on the screen. And for the people that are on iTunes and Stitcher, you guys can go check out the YouTube video. I mean, that'll be a lot easier to do it that way.
You could put it in the show notes of the episode.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that too. Like, I mean, there's going to be ways for us to do that. We're not going to run down our 1 to 30 the same way, so.
Especially if all 6 of us are on an episode, it'd be like this.
Yeah, it would take fucking forever. No. Royal Rumble predictions contest scored higher than the event predictions. So people must like that. And actually, I was surprised at how little votes the Hall of Fame class got. It only got 2 positive ones.
I think it's something that people could easily forget about.
Not as many votes as well that I thought we would get for the Sexiest Superstars tournament.
Wait, how did that do?
That balanced out to a 0.
Maybe just no one cares about that. We do it every year, so.
It seems like a lot of people are. It's sort of a you love it or hate it kind of thing.
Well, I think with
We'll
that,
do it next year.
it's like in the middle of the summer, so people just forget about it.
That's true. Anybody else have any favorites or least favorites you want to say?
Nope.
No. Actually, I do like.
No, actually.
Well,
I do like the one to watch because it gives us something to keep calling back to through the entire year.
Yeah, and if someone says something really fucking stupid, we get to pick on them for like 12 months.
Shaun.
Baron Corbin.
And Corey Graves.
You're muted.
Whoa, what the hell happened to him? He's in like a different room.
He's teleported.
And he's all shitty quality. And he's dark. And he's wearing a different t-shirt.
And we still can't hear him.
And we can't hear him. There you go. Talk.
Did we get Shaun on a different day?
And
Oh, fuck. Speak up.
Well, it is the next day.
he
Oh,
might
it sounds totally good.
have
Yeah,
stolen my.
Shaun, whatever you did, you messed up your sound, and now we can't hear you.
Paden, how did you fix your sound?
We're not even giving him a chance to speak, really.
It's also Shaun where he can't figure out how to unmute himself long enough, so he just like shrugs for like whenever we ask him stuff.
I don't even think he hears us.
Can you hear us,
Fucking
Shaun?
Welsh.
Nod your head if you can hear us. Okay, he can hear us.
He's not as panicky as what I thought he would be.
Alrighty, well, let's move on to the best and the worst recurring joke of the year. Last year, we let you guys vote just however many you wanted to, and that was a little too haywire, so we kept it down to you got to vote your top 5 and your bottom 5. The 5 worst votes of the year. We had some ties for the 5th place, which was disappointed as hell. You guys voted this as one of the worst. People over there, what's up? People over there, what's up?
I just don't think people get that one.
I like
Fuck
that
you
one.
guys, that was fucking funny.
It is
freaking
funny.
hilarious
I don't think
joke.
everyone just like thinks about that and thinks it's
They
funny.
put that as number 5. I want to hear what else they did.
People over there. What's up?
Also tied for number 5 were opt out of vote number 4 and opt out of vote number 5. So people just liked having most of the votes and stuff. But
Fucking
damn
pussy.
it, that people over there, what's up, is fucking
Wait, you're
funny.
gonna count those as like the 4th and 3rd spot?
If that's
No,
what they
they're tied with number 5.
Oh, okay.
The 4th spot is Batista's Lunchbox Hot Tags.
Yeah,
Yeah.
understandable.
That
It's
was
funny the
funny.
one-
That was funny at the time, as it wasn't old. But do we even say that anymore?
Not really.
Well,
A
yeah,
lot of these
that's
could have fallen down. Number 3 is Islamic Rash, which was one of my votes for one of the least fair ones. I just don't think it's really that funny. I know Wago fucking loves it.
Yeah, because there's context to it which the audience is never gonna know.
Even
I don't know
still,
if I know that one. Jesus.
I don't think it's anywhere near as funny as Dog Puke.
Calen, you don't know that one?
I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe.
Dog puke is
Well,
definitely
maybe you'll find out someday when you get into the group.
Yeah,
You'll
maybe.
know what the Islamic Rash joke is about if you know what the Dog Puke one is about.
You get it when you get a fantasy league team. They kind of package deal.
Shit. It comes in the handbook, right?
Yeah.
Number 2, worst joke of the year. Renee Zellweger Lemon's face / voice.
Oh.
I can see that, but it's funny to do if you can do it, or just like.
Wait, what?
I thought that was rather harmless. Like, I can't believe that's actually something that ranks so high as worse.
Some Renee Zellweger fans popped up and they were just like, "Fuck you guys." Just lemons. I don't even remember how it started. It was
There's
something
an
with
alt-
me and Paden, I
It was
think.
actually from an old talk show.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Or were we talking
Oh.
about like how ugly she is or something? I think.
Probably. That makes
maybe.
sense.
Yeah.
Hey, were we being assholes? Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think we're being
Well,
assholes.
that's usually how this stuff starts.
So actually,
Any
most
joke
of
about
the-
me is bad. Alright.
There's some-
Oh, Jesus.
Exterminate! Exterminate!
By the way, Batista's Lunchbox and Islamic Rash were 2 of my 4 votes that I voted for my least favorite ones of the year. One of the other ones that wasn't at the bottom, but was one of my least favorite of the year, was the Gird, the Bad, and the Ugly, just because that ran its course. And the other one that I have voted for the worst of the year, which won the vote for the worst of the year, soundly winning it too, with a negative 13 score.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like this one, Shaun, but it's bread salad.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that actually got one of my votes. I never found it funny. I thought it was fucking dumb.
And Shaun leaves at this point. He's not in the call.
It's so upsetting.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. Alright, so if he comes back, should we all pretend he won Best Host?
Wait, did he win Best Host, Tony?
Say, we're gonna do that later.
Oh,
Oh, just spoil the rest of the show.
Yeah. All right. So my best for this and whatever like that.
Okay, if he's won Best Host, I'm gonna be pissed.
So some of the ones for the best joke
Yay.
of the year we
Yay.
had in the 5th spot, which I think should have been higher up, is one of my favorites of the year. David Otunga has dead family for a living.
yeah. That should be
That's his
higher.
job.
I think
That's what
people
he
don't want to
does.
vote for it
It is.
because it's fucking mean, you know.
Wait, that was the worst?
No,
No,
this
it's
is rank it up towards the higher
Oh,
ones.
good. It was like
Bread
better
salad
not be.
was the worst.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The next level above that, fittingly, is Neville level 77.
Yes.
Funny enough, 7 votes for.
Ooh.
So that's
Yeah.
Oh, that's
awesome.
beautiful.
Neville 1177 gets 7 votes. Also with 7 votes is Drew White's fucking shit-headed losers are fucking shit-headed losing. One of my favorite of the year. Then we move up to one that I did not expect to get as high, which is tied for the 3rd spot here. The most attractive podcast.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I think
I didn't vote for that, but I like that one.
I think it's more fun because we like to rip on Drew about it.
Listen, I'm just being saying. I'm just saying he said that one time.
No, he didn't.
He never said it.
Listen, I don't know why he hasn't added that to like the little thing because we are the most attractive podcast of all time. I don't understand why it's a bad.
That's why
thing
we
to
only
say
do
that.
video once a year.
Yeah, these ungrateful fucks don't deserve every day.
Which, now that I see that Sean's back in the line here, Shaun, you disconnected when I said that the worst vote of the year, worst joke of the year, I don't know how you watching this.
Worst vote.
Worst vote of the year was that one fucker.
All right.
Silent Wind of Doom.
The worst joke of the year, Sean, was bread salad.
Ah, she's going to be disappointed with that.
You should tell her.
You're just gonna call her about in the blue? Yo, you got the worst vote, bitch.
Well, I've been texting her all night, so I'll send her a text later. I'll go, well,
I can see whenever they fight and like split, Sean's gonna use that as fodder. Like, yeah, well, you got voted the worst joke.
Yeah, that was the best host one year. Fuck you.
Possibly 2 years.
no.
Yeah, I don't think Sean got his friends to vote this year.
I didn't.
Also tied for number 3 is another joke that I don't know why this is so high up. Drew White's internet connection speed. I thought it was funny, but not that funny.
Drew voting for himself again.
Maybe maybe they found it funny because they're trying to send a message that Drew's connection.
Wait a minute. Yeah, maybe Drew isn't actually voting for himself. Maybe Drew's internet has become sentient, and it's been voting for himself, and it's voting for itself too.
And the
The
reason
ads
why
are getting
the reason why I didn't vote for himself for first is because he didn't want to make it too obvious.
So you're saying Drew's internet is Skynet, right?
Yeah.
Our
True
number
that.
2 best joke of the year, the Nobel Prize for Book.
Yes.
I love that one.
Wasn't
Wasn't that
great?
an all talk?
Yeah, an all talk show.
No. I thought it was like a JD.
No.
I'm pretty sure it was the all talk show. Well, at the very beginning of the year, or at the very end of last year or so.
So before we hit number 1, I just want to point something out. Ever since Paul's gone, there's been a lot less stupid jokes.
Actually, before we get to number 1, does anybody want to ask where anything led? So I can bounce around there, and if somebody guesses number 1, we'll just go with that.
Did you lead Old Yellow behind the shed?
Where's the
No, I didn't.
Kane's got a shot.
All right, Kane's got a shot. Ranks towards the towards like the bottom middle, -3.
Okay.
Where's the Jimmy John's one at?
Jimmy Jones.
That's up pretty high. That's got 4 positive votes.
Yeah.
That's in like the top 10.
Of course, Drew's gonna ask about Jimmy John's.
I just thought it was-
All you ever forget.
The one that Jimmy John's, they were tied with Ring Kings. The Ring Kings.
That's awesome.
Which, by the way, everybody can see when you. I don't know if anybody else does it. When I do the Ring Kings, it's always like the Ring Kings.
The Ring
Gotta, like,
Actually, I do have one that I
Yeah,
care
you have
about
to
that
like
I
stiffen
don't.
your nose up.
Ring Kings.
Listen, if I were to vote like 1,000 times, I would be voting for the Yeti Station 4 to like get the worst of the year. How many votes did that actually get? That's the
Bounced
best
out
year.
to 0.
Oh, thank God! If that won best joke of the year, I would have hated my life.
Before we get to the best one of this year, what was the one that won best last year? Was it Rusev's a Potato?
Yeah.
Was that
I think
the
it was
one that
Rusev
won last
Potato. I
year?
think it was.
Rusev
Where-
Potato. Before that was Big Show's gun.
Where did the Rusev Potato rank this time? Because I know it was on the list this time.
It was on the list this time. It was combined with Rusev's Potato, who swats at bees. That it came out to 0.
Okay.
That was tied with Detective James Miller of the Department Headquarters.
Where's the Seth Rollins as a
Maybe.
cat joke?
That wasn't on this list this year. Because this year I kept it to the ones that we pretty much only kept doing, or new ones. Pretzel Sprouts was really low. That was -3. I thought that was,
No one. You have to be there to like get it though.
yeah. Also tied with -3, which I think should have been higher up, was Ms. Disease.
Oh.
Disease.
And talking to ghosts is bullshit.
Where's
But you have to say it that way.
Bryan?
Where's what?
Mischievous Daniel Bryan.
Mischievous Daniel Bryan. That
Actually, yeah.
was
Where's the
+1.
where's the
What?
annoying tourist Ryback?
Annoying tourist Ryback balanced out to.
I thought he said annoying terrorist right back. Hey, I'm gonna bomb you. Hey.
Annoying tourist Ryback was in the top 10, tied with Jimmy John's, Ring Kings, and impersonating Shaun Walker.
So I haven't heard you mention Time Cow yet.
Oh, moo.
I'm Cal got -2.
No.
Mm.
You know what?
That absence must have hurt him. Shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was out of action for a while.
Tied with
all the
Time
fans
Cow.
are just pissed off that we didn't like give it a real fucking ending to that storyline.
Tied with Time Cow in that spot where Baron Corbin's theme song is his mom.
Aw, poor Baron.
Also tied were frustrating father-in-law Jim Neidhart,
Oh.
Stephen Wago's accent adding ER at the end of everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the undertoker. Oh, and Wago's tap-out plug suggestions. They were all tied with time cow there.
Is there a Drew White
Fucking-
impersonations on there somewhere?
Fucking Shaun voted
Yeah,
for my accent.
Drew White's impersonations were just one vote less from Shaun Walker's impersonations.
Oh, okay.
Where did that phone number rank?
Oh,
Positive one.
good.
So
The best joke of the year. With 16 positive votes.
60?
16.
Oh, like shit.
Yeah, we're not that popular.
Ricky the Steamboat.
what?
Wow.
Ugh.
Yeah. A
Ugh.
holdover from last year, so we need to be more funny in 2016.
Depending on which page you're looking at, my
Did
fantasy
we
team.
even make Did we even make that joke this year?
Yeah, how the hell did that win this year? We barely made that joke that much this
Pretty
year.
much every time Steamboat came up, but that was rare. But anytime it came up, or
You
anytime
know who always forced that joke is Drew.
so
Mm-hmm.
Skynet, that's why Skynet voted for it.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, so
So-
Ricky the Steamboat. So here we get to oh, you know what? I'm gonna give a shout out to a couple ones that I thought were some of the best. I didn't do that yet. I always like the Braun Strowman's name thing, Braun Stroganoff, and all that other kind
I
of
like
stuff.
that name.
I think we deserved more votes for fucking with Jeff and JD. I think that was funny. Kane's Got a Shot, I think, should have been up there more. David Otunga Has Dead Family should have been up there more. I love annoying tourist Ryback, just the Ryback character in general.
What I'll say about Jeff and JD is I think the fans got sick of it because we even had a caller go, "Man, why are you fucking with JD and Jeff?"
And one that I did not expect to do well, but I think it's fucking hilarious. I know that Wago is joining me on this one. Bulbasaur.
I fucking love that joke.
I love it so much. Just.
There's no context to that joke though. I don't even remember how it fucking began.
Fuck, I don't remember.
Yeah,
I think it's another
exactly.
talk show.
You guys were talking about how in
It's
some
'cause
dumb
I
version
said
of
that-
Pokemon,
yeah.
they just do like sounds for the Pokemon rather than them talking.
They don't say their names anymore. I brought it up.
Oh yeah, that's right. How it was just instead of like Bulbasaur, it just goes like, and that turned into as like Shaun mentions a Pokemon game, and it turns into this is how we're gonna sing Kevin Owens' theme from now on.
Oh, we're doing
just,
Pokemon hats?
just
Sure,
tweet
why
tweet Kevin Owens and just be like, all right, your theme song is Bulbasaur, but pissed off Bulbasaur. So let's get into the best and the worst co-host of the year.
Here's the big one.
So I did it differently this year for those who had voted. Instead of just you pick who your favorite and your least favorite is, I wanted to rank people because I wanted to see just where people went, you know. And I did the math. Took a while to do this, and thankfully,
Because he couldn't find his
More math.
calculator.
He did more math than what he needed to do. So.
basically. But I did a couple different calculations to make sure that it was 100% true, and everything balanced out the way that it was. So I'm gonna go from the bottom to the top here.
Oh, here we go. Right the bomb. Shaun Walker. Thank you very much. I respect.
Oh, you're not getting the worst, dude.
So
Yeah.
to give you a little insight about the math part of this, why I'm giving the numbers, because the numbers are they matter. It's sort of like golf. Who get the highest number is the lowest. That's how this works. With a score of 466,
God.
What?
Miguel.
Jesus. that includes like if they got worst place, they got 9 points in, right?
Yeah, it was like if you voted for them for the 9th place, they got 9 points. If you
Jesus.
one vote for that is 1, so that kind of thing. Plus, I factored in the votes for the tiebreaker ones too. It worked out exactly the same. So
Wait, I missed. Did you tell us how many total votes we had? How many total respondents?
let's see right now. I could do that math real quick.
So that way I
come
can do like
on.
an average to see what the average for the people were.
Oh, you
I
suck,
don't-
Calen.
I don't.
Fucking-
Okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Mathematician over here. Jesus
It
Christ.
took him 4
I have
hours
to
to get
find the standard
scores.
deviation.
I already had it done. Everybody just keeps talking. That's what's
Hey,
happening.
we got Isaac Newton over here.
We had 49 votes is when I cut this off at. So with 466, that was Miguel in last place. With 392, so it's a big jump. Leslie was the 8th place. With 313 votes in 7th place, Mike Paden.
What?
Oh!
Hayden's gonna hate.
What?
Hayden's
Wow!
That's
No
weird.
way.
Damn.
Paden's gonna pay.
Maybe just people hate whoever wins, like host of the year, and then like the next year they just do bad.
Maybe it's because you voted for them all and you don't like how I always make fun of how much you suck.
I don't vote. I don't really care enough to.
In
Just
the,
like you don't care about your fantasy league until they get taken away.
No, I care about the fantasy league because I like it.
in the 6th place with a grand total of 258. So there's wide gaps between these. That's what's weird about this. Angie.
Okay.
That's
Is
respectable.
Angie awake? You want to bring her on and be like, you got 6th place? Yay.
It's better than less.
In 5th place, so pretty much dead center here, is Shaun Walker with 229.
Happy days.
I would like to thank all my fans. Thank you very much for policing.
Wow. Drew's actually high up then.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
In 4th place,
Is he gonna
With-
win this?
No, I'm not sure.
206 votes, is Caroline.
I think people can't vote bad for Caroline because she's so happy.
There's like,
Have you
oh,
seen Roman Reigns? Oh, she's so handsome.
all right, now we're in the top 3.
Oh.
Oh. This is
Number
interesting.
3 with 205 votes. Now, remember I said before there was a wide range between these? The difference between the 3rd and 4th with Caroline had 206. 3rd had 205, so it was only one point difference.
Jesus.
Stephen Wago.
Ooh.
What?
1 point above Caroline there. Gotta get
What?
Third
Oh,
place
Calen's gonna
every
cry.
year.
Calen's gonna cry if he gets number 1. You can tell. Look, he's welling up.
All right, so the difference between 1st and 2nd place, it was 187 for the 1st place, 193 for the 2nd place. The runner-up, I'm not going to do a fuck-up Steve Harvey here, yeah.
All right, Jeff Harvey.
The runner-up is Calen.
No,
What a-
lucky buddy.
Drew White wins the best co-host of the year.
Wow.
You guys,
Yay, Drew.
this is totally what the best host is.
I didn't skip the ballot box at all, guys.
I will say thank you for everyone who voted for me. It was very nice of you. You know,
Yeah, all your friends.
I don't tell any of my friends about this because I'm afraid that they'll just
Look
like,
at the
"Oh,
camera and say
Nope.
it. Look at the camera and say it.
I didn't tell any of my friends to vote. You want to know why?
You couldn't keep looking at the camera. You looked
No,
away.
Straight at the camera right now. I didn't tell any of my friends to vote. I didn't vote personally because I don't care enough to. I will say I would never tell my friends where to find this podcast because they'll find something. You guys will make fun of me and they're like, "Yeah, Drew's a fucking loser." And they'll make fun
No,
of me.
he's a shit-headed loser.
Yeah. So I just stay away from this kind of stuff because it's not that deep for me if I win or lose. But I'm thank you for you guys for voting for me for once. Last year I was the most polarizing because I think I had like tied for vote first and like second most. Yeah, on favor. So thank you for winning. And thank you for letting me win. And
Thank you for winning.
if I had it my way, Calen would have got last place.
Well,
because
this isn't Burger King, Drew.
So, and yeah, sucks to be you, Paden.
So just to let you guys know, when it was the
Dog.
ranking of like 1 to 9, how people would vote on that, Drew, of course, naturally had the most amount of votes for 1st place because I mean, when you get 2nd place and stuff, the weight really like starts factoring in there. But he did get the most amount of votes for 1st place, 19 of them, and the second most amount of votes for 1st place out of everybody was Wago with 11. But Wago had the same amount of votes for 1st place as he did for 8th place, which kind of cancelled it out. Sort of.
Yeah,
and the
it's
same-
one way or
Calen
the
was
other.
kind of
polarizing.
the same guy who just got a lot of medium votes in, right?
That's right.
tied with or no, not tied. I'm looking at the wrong thing here. For Paden's end of the thing, the most amount that he had gotten was the ones for the worst. So that was like that killed his average and stuff. He actually had the most amount of votes for worst. Miguel had the second most amount of votes for worst.
Wow.
But
Whoa.
what was weird is Paden got 0 votes for 7th place, while Miguel had like he was like weighted more towards the end, and the same thing with like that's the weighted kind of ended up doing it with that. So the people in the middle, they got the middle ones and that kind of stuff. But
I can't help but wonder if Mike's performance in this has something to do with how he treats certain people on Monday night. If anybody has a personal vendetta that maybe they gave him, I don't know, just saying.
I'm kind of thinking what's happening here with Drew ranking so high and Paden ranking on the lower end. I think the Drew White crew went anti-Paden.
That could be true.
The Drew crew went anti-Paden, I think.
Or they could have just been like, Drew did a stellar job this year.
I like how Drew's just looking up. Well, they could have said it.
I don't know.
I can't look at you guys because you guys are like, yeah, fuck you, Drew. That ain't real. So.
Well, congratulations to Drew White for winning legitimately.
I thought Paden was going to win again, so I will say I shouldn't win.
This is about as legitimate when freaking Owen Hart went up and just like took the slam. You're like, yeah, I won this, yeah.
I did. So, yeah.
I would have put my money on Wago winning this time, but then again,
I was pissed off because I had my money on me winning this year.
I thought Wago had this in the bag. I thought Wago would have had his speech prepared and everything. Yep. Like,
I thought that Wago was going to win this year too. Actually.
Well, you know what? Now I'm gonna be a bigger dick. Now I'm gonna offend you even more.
Now I'm gonna win more.
Now you think I was bad this year? I'm coming after every group, every person, especially Drew.
He's going Kevin Owens, son. He's Kevin Owens. He's just shooting me off stage.
Like, I'm officially changing my team name to Drew is a cunt.
So thank you to all those who voted in all these different categories here. The last thing I want to talk about is just a quick little year-in review of some sorts to give you an impression of like what has happened over these past year. Last year I talked about the new segments that we added. We only added 2 new segments this year. But that's because we have so many fucking segments already. We don't need that anymore. Those were the Going Over, which was sort of took over the Busted Open one, and the addition of the men's bracket to the Sexiest Superstars tournament, which went over pretty well considering the fact that the majority of our audience is males. And I thought we would get a whole bunch of comments of like, you guys are freaking gay and whatever. And people were like, he's a good-looking guy. What about for him and stuff? So kudos to you guys for not being like homophobes about this whole thing and stuff. As far as the top video of the year for the YouTube channel was WWE Night of Champions 2015, Wyatt Family versus Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Mystery Partner Predictions. Far above the other ones. We got thousands of views for that, so thank you for those views. The top post of the year was the Royal Rumble predictions. Killed it. This year was just amazing. The January was the highest viewed month in the history of Smark Out Moment by far. And this is so far the top post in the history of the website, with thousands above what some of the other ones are, and it took everything to a whole new level, even past the Neville level. The amount of subscribers that we had at the beginning of the year versus what we have now, we had a 40% increase, so that is another huge positive. But even more than that, we had a 51.5% increase in page views. Actually, at the beginning of the year for the website, we had around 3 million views for the entire history of the website, and we got just shy of that many this year. So, I mean, we pretty much doubled what we had done the history of the website this year for Smark Out Moment. So can't thank you guys enough for that. This has obviously been the best year for Smark Out Moment, and everything keeps rising. I mean, if the people that are in the know of like what the stats are and stuff like that, I always give them a little bit of a chart, and they can see that like it shot up at the Royal Rumble, and it just kept kind of hanging around that same sort of snake level. Some of the survey feedback, the guys that had sent in their things for the survey stuff, I got rid of the sidebar chat. You guys had said you guys weren't too into it, and you wanted to see more of a focus on the Mega Maniac. So from now on, no more sidebar chat. Any of the live pay-per-view discussion stuff is only going to take place on the website itself in the comments below, which had a huge increase this year, as well as in the Mega Maniacs chat. So make sure you sign up for Mega Maniacs. If you aren't on Facebook, obviously, that's not going to be your thing, but you should even sign up for an account just to use that. For we got some people that do that, and Mega Maniacs is super fun. We are going to be adding more gimmick posts throughout the year, separately from Smack Talk, because of different things where it's like, we can't do a finisher versus finisher and a Belderberry and a top rope list every week. We just don't have the time for it. But maybe if I get a chance to do a top rope list, I'll throw it out there and you guys can read those. The tournament is going to continue being a separate spin-off. People wanted to see that stay separate, so we're going to do that. And some people are clamoring for a possible spin-off of Wrestling with the Past and a possible spin-off for fantasy booking. Who knows? I don't know. New segments to add. A lot of positive response for the different ideas we had there, so we're going to try to do those a little bit. And the people that wanted these small package things, I'm going to try to get them out there. And dark matches may be changing. I may make this where the Patreon subscribers get access to unedited Smack Talk stuff. That would be the dark match for the future if we do that. I don't even know if you want to hear the shit that we say that is unedited. But if that's the case, we'll see. People are clamoring for t-shirts. Let's see if we can get that around. People are clamoring for more women. Obviously, you could see Caroline got some positive votes here. 4th ranked highest co-host of the year. So I'm going to try to get Caroline, Angie, and Leslie, and anybody else that we can get in the future on episodes of Smack Talk. And, what?
What? I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is who you voted for best host. I hope you're happy with yourselves.
And I promise, I will try to figure out a way to make the rest hold better. But
You said that last year.
Yeah. So if you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Tell us what you guys think about all these things that we just talked about here for the Smack Talk side of things. And if you didn't get a chance to vote, go ahead and vote anyway. It's not going to count for this video, obviously, but we still want to know what you guys liked and what you didn't like for all these other kind of things we were talking about. That is it for the 2015 Smark Out Moment Awards, everybody. We just need to go around here one more time, person to person to person to person, and give you some plugs about what to have coming up in the near future in 2016 and anything else. So, Calen, I'm going to go to you right now. Calen, hit us with your plugs.
All right. First of all, thank you everybody who voted this year. I'm actually surprised, being the newest guy here on the Tony panel. I'm surprised that I ranked quite so high, but I appreciate everybody who voted for me. You guys are great. For the people who ranked me low, well, that's okay. You don't deserve a host like me anyway, because people from your town are below average intelligence. People from your town have poor personal hygiene, and all of your local sports teams are terrible. Following that, you can follow me on Twitter at Calen Ferris, right there.
That was really good penmanship.
Yeah, bring that up again real quick.
I've been practicing.
Yeah, you can make like a font out of that. That's kind of ridiculous.
That looks like you actually wrote in comics. That's amazing.
Alrighty, Drew, co-host of the year.
Well, see, people have been clamoring to be the actual host of the year, Tony, so...
Still can't look in the camera.
Just saying, well, the microphone's to the side, so I usually look into the microphone a lot of these times, so that's my fault, but I will say...
Okay, Sunday.
Thank you for voting for me as host of the year. You know, one of these days it'll be me as the official co-host for this show. Tony, I paid to admit it, but if people keep clamoring for it, it'll happen eventually. So, look forward to that in the future. You can follow me on Twitter at @JosepHWhite. Sign right here. Go to McFrickin' on YouTube. Sign right here. And, you know, the Mega Maniacs is on Facebook. I usually try to plug that on most weeks. Sometimes I forget, but I just want to say, cool people are there. Go there to hang out, meet some cool people, talk about wrestling.
No, I didn't get that, Calen.
I would say that is some funny ass shit.
Mr. Paden.
All right, well, including what we got on smarkoutmoment.com, you've probably also seen doing the show, the Raw post show on Mega Powers Radio, which we archive on Smark Out Moment, so it's kind of a dual project. What is that weird grinding noise, you weirdos? Stop grinding.
It's Wago.
If you like us talking wrestling, join us that show because it's live, so you never know what type of weird shit's going to come up that we can't edit out because, well, it's live. There's chat rooms there as well for you to go along with us while we're talking there. We have a lot of changes going with that, too. It's going to be for the better, guys. We're going to give you a higher quality stream. We're going to make more interactive options for you guys. So I definitely say Follow us on Twitter at Megapowers Radio. Follow me on Twitter at MRPADEN. That's Mr. Paden. Or if you're one of the people who voted me for the worst, you could go there and hit the block button because I don't really give a shit what you think.
Shaun,
Shaun,
if we can see you.
Ah, no, I'm all good in the dark. You know, it's 6 o'clock. Well, 6:30 in the morning. So, fuck it. Facebook.com/Premier Pals. Twitter.com/Premier Pals.
I thought you were praying.
Are you getting mosquitoes or something?
Stay
He's
tuned.
swatting the bees, guys.
Stay tuned for the latest episode of Premier Pals, which is on youtube.com/Shaun C 1989. And yeah, that's basically it. That's me done. Thank you for voting for me. 5th place. I'll take it. I'll take it any day of the week. As long as I'm happy. I'm happy I finished up on Miguel.
Well,
Sean's the less impressive version of Ty Dillinger. 5, 5, 5.
Perfect 5.
5 Tom. 5 Tom.
The good enough 5.
The mediocre 5.
5.
And Wago.
One of these votings, I'm not going to get bronze. It's always 3rd place, never even 2nd. So I'm guessing I'm just going to have to trounce you all in the fantasy league this year. And you can watch my advancement on that right here on Smark Out Moment. But to follow me personally, check me out at Stephen Wago on Twitter.
And last up, myself, Tony Mango, A Mango Tree, Smark Out Moment, Fanboys Anonymous, All Talk Show, all these things coming to you from this little noggin right here, the A Mango Tree itself. Pay attention to what we've got coming up for 2016 because I want 2016 to be the best year for everything, so I'm going to be making some changes here and there, and I, of course, want you guys to follow all that kind of stuff all over the place on social media and stuff like that. Thank you so much for all the people that have checked out all the different endeavors that we do here. And as I said before in the year in review kind of recap section, the best thing about this year is just the idea that we took everything to a brand new level. I think that the Smack Talk podcast has been something that is far and above what it was in the past. You can tell by the shit that's happening on the screen right now that we're having even more fun than we usually have. The website has had many more hits, so I know that it's not just we're just having more fun and we're the only ones laughing at these fucking jokes and stuff. So glad to see that you guys are enjoying it just as much, if not more. And I can't wait to see what happens in 2016. So that is it for 2015. That is it for all of us on the panel. I want to thank everybody who did this show, which is a very long one, and we're very tired, so we're going to be calling it quits. I want to thank you all for listening. This has been another year of Smark Out Moment, and we're being counted out.